And I said to everyone on Earth, cease the wrong you are doing to these innocent metahumans immediately or face the consequences of harming my people. And then I showed them my powers. I said, look at those planets around you. This is an example of something truly unbeatable. Think about it. And then I put all the planets in a straight line in front of Earth. And then I gave every one of those dead planets life like that of Earth. And I transformed every dead planet into an Earth-like planet. And I said, all of you watch closely. I can give life, but I can also take it all away. And there's nothing you can do about it. Let this be a warning to all of you. And then I said to Magneto, I've done what you wanted. And then Magneto asked me, have all the humans stopped experimenting on mutants? And I said, metahumans. And no, there's only one group experimenting on innocent metahumans. And I said, his name is William Stryker, and he's using mind control on them, and he's not afraid of me. My threat didn't work. And Magneto said angrily, what are you going to do about him? And then I said, well, I am going to free all the innocent mutants from his mind control, and I'm going to kill him and all the soldiers protecting him, and it will be over. And then I'm going to kill Mr. Oliver Trask for good measure, and all of you are going to witness it. And then I said, all of you hold on to me. And then I teleported them all in front of William Stryker and Oliver Trask, and I said, my, how convenient. Apparently you people didn't hear what I said. And then I saw Lady Deathstrike, and she was preparing to fight me, and William Stryker smiled, and I said, she can't stop me, William, she never could. And then I appeared behind Lady Deathstrike, and I released her from her mind control, and I saved her life. And I said, later, gorgeous, you and I will have a date. And then I gathered and brought all the innocent mutants to Magneto, and I said, get them out of here, Magneto. And then I said, well, it looks like it's just me and you boys. And then William Stryker said, think again. And then dozens of human soldiers stormed the area where we were standing, and I just started laughing, and I said, where's your body bags for all your corpses? And I said, kill them, Sabretooth. And then I proceeded to kill few soldiers gruesomely with my bare hands, and I even shoved one soldier's body and head up another's ass, and I started laughing, and Sabretooth even thought it was very hilarious, and so did the others. And then I punched one soldier's head off with my bare hands, and I also ripped another soldier's heart out. And then Oliver Trask and William Stryker got instantly terrified, and I said, well, all of this could have been avoided if you just did what I told you to do, but since you want to be truly evil criminals, you get to pay the price. And they called me a monster, and I said, no, I'm not a monster. I don't do illegal experiments on innocent people, but you people do, and what I'm about to do to you now you deserve. And I said to all the mutants, beat them half to death and injure them, but don't kill them. I want either me or Magneto to finish them, because these are the men responsible for experimenting on mutants and killing them. And Magneto heard me say that out loud, and he scowled and asked William Stryker and Oliver Trask, is that true? And William Stryker said, yes, it's true, you are abominations. And Trask said, I'm sorry, please don't kill us. And I said, it's much too late for that. And then Magneto said angrily, you do deserve what's happening. And I recorded everything that William Stryker and Oliver Trask said, and they confessed everything. And then all the mutants beat both of them half to death until they started begging us to spare their worthless lives. And I said, what about all the innocent mutants you experimented on and tortured? What about them? Huh, where was their mercy? Did you give them any? And then I said, torture them some more. And then the mutants started getting creative, and they removed all William Stryker's and Oliver Trask's clothes. And then I said to one mutant, you with the fire type powers, I need you over here. Spread his legs. Hey Sabretooth, come over here and cut his balls off, please. And Sabretooth said, oh boss, I don't want to do that. And I said, now please, or I give Logan his memories back, but I make sure to tell him you're his brother first, and I trap you both in a room for a few days. And he said, no boss, don't do that please. And then I said, okay, so you cut his balls off and you cauterize quickly, are we clear? And then William Stryker said, wait, I can tell you some more things. There's other mutants in the deeper levels of this place, they are also beautiful women. And he said, you can't get them out without me. And I said, that's where you're wrong, Stryker. And then I said, do it. And then Sabretooth cut off William Stryker's balls, and he started screaming a high-pitched scream, and I couldn't help but laugh. And then the other guy quickly cauterized the wound, and I laughed, and I asked, where's the other labs?